Hello everyone, Captain Cohen here from Campus Safety with just the facts about drugs and alcohol. How do inhalants affect the brain? Check all that apply. They protect you from nausea and vomiting. Most of them depress the nervous system. They send oxygen to the brain, resulting in a happy stimulant effect. They can damage the protective sheath around certain nerve fibers in the brain. B and D. Most inhalants depress the central nervous system and affect the brain in a similar way as alcohol, including slurred speech, lack of coordination, euphoria, and dizziness. How does alcohol affect the developing brain? Choose all that are correct. It interferes with normal brain development. It acts to increase attention and focus. It compromises decision making and the ability to recognize danger. It improves vision when consumed in small amounts. A and C. Research shows that young people's brains keep developing well into their 20s. Alcohol can alter this development, potentially affecting both the brain structure and its function, meaning how well it processes information. This may cause learning problems and make the brain more prone to alcohol dependence. Which of these is a symptom of alcohol overdose? Irregular breathing, confusion, vomiting, all of the above. D. Alcohol overdose occurs when there is too much alcohol in the bloodstream that areas of the brain controlling basic life support functions such as breathing, heart rate, and temperature control begin to shut down. Symptoms of an alcohol overdose include confusion, difficulty remaining conscious, vomiting, seizures, trouble breathing, slow heart rate, clammy skin, dulled response, such as no gag reflex, which prevents choking, and extremely low body temperature. Facts. What are 3 side effects of using ecstasy? Jaw clenching, teeth grinding, nausea, tightened muscles, sweating, chills, increased heart rate, increased blood pressure, and body temperature, shaking, next day sleepiness. Facts. Name 3 signs of alcohol overdose. Shallow breathing, vomiting, passing out, cold clammy skin, non-responsive, slurring, lack of muscle coordination. True or false? Electronic vaping devices like e-cigarettes can help keep students away from real cigarettes. True or false? False. There are studies showing that students are very likely to start smoking real cigarettes after being introduced to the nicotine in electronic devices. MDMA, also called ecstasy or Molly, can be dangerous for which reasons? Check all that apply. It can result in blurred vision. It can make your muscles cramp. You won't always know what ingredients have been added to it. It can make it hard for your body to control its temperature, which can result in heart failure. Or E, all of the above. All of the above. High doses of MDMA can affect the body's ability to regulate temperature. This can lead to a spike in body temperature that can occasionally result in liver, kidney, or heart failure, or even death. What types of things will affect how many drinks it takes a person to get drunk? Gender, amount of sleep, whether you have eaten, tolerance, atmosphere, body weight and composition, medication one is on. Which of the following is not an opioid drug? Vicodin, oxycodone, codeine, and acetaminophen. Acetaminophen is a common pain medication you can buy at the store without a doctor's prescription. The brand names like Tylenol. It is not an opioid. The other three are brand names for opioid drugs which have a chemical makeup similar to heroin. With their risk for addiction and other side effects, they need to be prescribed by a doctor. When used as prescribed, these opioid drugs can help people in pain. When they are misused, they can be as addictive as heroin, even causing deadly overdoses. DXM is the ingredient in over-the-counter cough syrup that can make you feel high when used in large amounts, but these other things can happen when you abuse cough syrup. Check all that apply. A. You can experience confusion or hallucinations. B. You can feel sick to your stomach. C. Your heart may beat dangerously slower. D. You can lose coordination. A, B, and D. When cough and cold medicines are taken as directed, they are safely treat symptoms caused by colds and flu. But when taken in higher amounts, or when cold symptoms aren't present, they may affect the brain in ways very similar to illegal drugs. DXM can actually make the heart beat dangerously faster. What are the ways you can die using inhalants? Sniffing, common household products. Check all that apply. Choking, you may vomit from using an inhalant and choke on it. Convulsions, caused by abnormal electrical charges in the brain. Cardiac arrest, your heart stops suddenly. Asphyxiation, toxic fumes fill your lungs and you can't get enough oxygen into your body. You should have checked all. All of these are ways people have died after using inhalants to get high. Inhalants can be things like household cleaning fluids, such as solvents and aerosols, or common gases found in things like cigarette lighters or propane tanks. Scientific studies have proven which medical marijuana can cure which diseases. Check all that apply. Cancer, bronchitis, muscular dystrophy, or depression. You should have checked none of these. Despite myths to the contrary, science has not shown that marijuana actually cures any kind of disease. However, there are some reports that ingredients found in the marijuana plant can help relieve symptoms of some diseases, make people feel better, like multiple sclerosis and epilepsy. Currently, there are 2 Food and Drug Administration approved pills made from THC, the ingredient in marijuana that makes you high, that are used to treat nausea in cancer and chemotherapy patients, and to increase appetite in some patients with AIDS. Scientists are only beginning to study the potential medicinal effects of marijuana, but based on what we have learned so far, it's unlikely that smoked marijuana will make good medicine due to the effects on the lungs. True or false? Drinking alcohol can cause kids to have accidents and get hurt. In 2010 alone, about 189,000 people under age 21 visited an emergency room for alcohol-related injuries. Answer: true. Facts. True or false? You or your friends can tell if a drug like Rohypnol, Roofies, or GHB has been slipped into your drink. False. They are mostly odorless, colorless, and tasteless. FYI, some may make a drink cloudy or darker, but it's not reliable to count on that. A 1.5 ounce shot of 40% hard liquor contains the same amount of alcohol as a can of beer. True or false? True. A cold shower or a cup of black coffee will sober up a person that has been drinking. True or false? False. Only time can sober up a person. Crack is one of the most addictive drugs available today. True or false? True. This highly addictive drug has a very short-term high of approximately 5 minutes, which increases the level of an addiction, requiring frequent usage of a progressive addiction. Facts. True or false? Alcohol warms the body up. False. It slows down the heart rate and dilates blood vessels, which can make you feel warmer, but increases the risk of hypothermia. In most cases, death from ecstasy use is caused by the body overheating and dehydration. True or false? True. Ecstasy affects how the body regulates temperature, and the user risks overheating if they do not drink enough fluid. Physical exercise, like dancing at a club, raves, increases the body's temperature. This causes sweating and the loss of body fluids. The body can overheat. Breathing in cannabis for longer will result in more cannabis getting to the brain. True or false? False. Breathing in, inhaling, cannabis for a long time before breathing out, exhaling, does not get the user stoned, intoxicated. Breathing in longer will increase the amount of tar and other dangerous chemicals that can cause lung problems and damage. Facts. Why is it more dangerous to drink alcohol and use cannabis, marijuana, together than using either one alone? Cannabis reduces nausea, so people can drink more without getting sick, which can result in alcohol poisoning. If a woman drinks the same amount of alcohol as a man, it will have the same effect. True or false? False. Generally, if men and women drink at the same level, there is a greater risk to women. Women's bodies can't process alcohol as well as a man's. Women tend to weigh less than men, have more body fat, and less water to dilute the alcohol in the body, so the alcohol stays in the system for longer. Women are also more vulnerable to alcohol-related organ damage and start to have alcohol-related problems at lower drinking levels than men do. Facts. What can happen if you use ecstasy and Ventolin, an asthma inhaler? Dangerously high blood pressure because they are both uppers. Long-term, alcohol reduces both virility and fertility in men and women. True or false? True. As Shakespeare said, alcohol provokes the desire, but it takes away the performance. It also reduces the level of the male sex hormone, testosterone, and can lead to a lowered sperm count, shrinkage of the penis and testicles, and loss of sexual hair. Heavy drinking in women can cause a reduction in sex hormones, shrinkage of breasts, ovaries, and external genitalia, disrupted periods, and loss of vaginal secretion. Ketamine is a stimulant drug. True or false? False. Ketamine is a sedative, powerful general anesthetic. It is short-acting and it has been used for operating on humans and animals. Just like LSD, ketamine can cause perceptual changes as well as reducing the effects of bodily sensation. Users have reported having out-of-the-body experiences. Taken in high doses, users can become physically incapable of moving while under the influence of the drug. Because of its anesthetic qualities, people have been known to hurt themselves and not realize until the following day. Ketamine should not be taken with other drugs, particularly depressants, such as alcohol or diazepam, Valium. It can also cause high blood pressure, which can be particularly dangerous with drugs like ecstasy or amphetamines. Large doses could induce unconsciousness and could cause you could die as a result of respiratory failure. Describe facts. Describe the recovery position and tell what you would use it. On the side, leaning on arm, propped up with the knee and other arm. Keeps the airway open and prevents choking on vomit. Please look at the illustration. Facts. Name 8 ways to stay safer if drinking. Drink the true measure of 1 drink. Have no more than 1 drink per hour, measured as a 12-ounce beer or a 5-ounce wine or a 1.5-ounce shot. Drink water between drinks. Eat first. Always watch your drink. Alternate alcoholic drinks with non-alcoholic ones. Have a safe way home. Riding or walking may not be safe. Sometimes it's better to stay where you are until you feel better, etc. Just the facts. Thanks for listening.